Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I am your host Anthony Gamer, and in today's episode we're going to look at the work of the very talented homebrew programmer Oscar Toledo. Of course, first of all, I want to thank all of you for stopping by my video and apologize. It's been a while since I put out a video, except for the music videos that I've been doing, and I really hope you enjoy those. I'm going to be making some more, but as many of you that have been here for a while know, I am back to teaching again, and that takes up a lot of my time and energy. But regardless, I wanted to get this video out because I wanted to pay tribute to Oscar and all the great games that he's made. So I'm going to start with the short interview that I did with him and then move on to some of his amazing games that he made for the Intellivision. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first question I asked is, when did you first get into gaming? And he said, so far as I can remember, I've been playing games since age 5 with computers. First in a homebrew Z80 computer, and later over a Televideo computer compatible with IBM PC. I saw an Intellivision property of Neighbors by age 5, circa 1984, but wasn't allowed to play it because my tiny hands already broke several joysticks, so my parents didn't want to unexpectedly pay for a broken Intellivision controller. Next, I asked, when did you start programming? He said, interestingly enough, I started programming by age 5 in basic language, because I had to write the games that I wanted to play. I'm talking about very simple games like guessing a random number or shooting a letter patrolling the top of the screen. By the next year, I was able to code small platform games where the player was pursued by 2 enemies, and my first spaceship game. Next, I asked, what are some projects that you have planned for the future? And he said, typically, I don't make plans about future games, because I've discovered these tend to accumulate and you never write these. Instead, I prefer to get a glimpse of inspiration and start coding furiously. But I really should start writing a new game for this year's Halloween. Next question was, do you program games for other systems or computers, or do you plan to? And his response was, I've programmed games for tons of machines since 2010. MSX, ColecoVision, Sega Master System, Intellivision, and TI 99/4A. My games Princess Quest, Mecha 8, and Mecha 9 are still pretty popular. I've also made several showcases games in C and JavaScript languages for contests, plus boot sector games and CGA games for the original IBM PC. Someday, I should try NES and Sega Genesis. Next, I asked, where can people purchase your games? And he said, Aardvark, Inti Basic Showcase, Frankenstein's Monster, and Meteors are still available with Intellivision Revolution. Forgot about Unlucky Pony, but I don't have a demo ready yet. The others are sold out. By the way, maybe you would like to mention my books, Programming Games for Intellivision and Advanced Game Programming for Intellivision. Both are very popular books for developers willing to start on Intellivision with the Inti Basic language that I've created. My bookstore link is http://lulu.com/spotlight/nanochess. In fact, Inti Basic has been used to create most of the recent games like Intelliviania, Pandora Incident, Keystone Cops, to be available, Norseman, Antarctic Adventure, Heli, and many other games. And my final question was, any messages for your fans / those who love your games? And he said, many thanks to everyone for their support. It is not only a matter of writing a game, but watching people enjoy it and getting feedback, and this really adds to the experience. The Intellivision community is greatly passionate, and I've made many friends. Well, I really hope you all enjoyed my interview with Oscar. It was a pleasure to meet him and to talk with him. If you're interested in any of his games, he told you where to find them. And please check out his books. I'm going to be definitely, because I'd like to make some of my own games instead of just always making hacks. But I do enjoy making hacks. Anyway, so if you also would like to meet Oscar, you can find him on the Atari Age forums. He uses the handle Nano Chess. Again, that is Nano Chess. And now let's check out some of these games. Now, the first game today is one of my personal favorites, and that is Aardvark. And if you are familiar with this channel or with classic gaming, you know all about this game. It is based on an obscure arcade game called Anteater, and in this game you take on the role of this cute little anteater slash aardvark, and you are trying to eat as many of the eggs in the ant hill as possible, and also trying to catch a couple ants while you're at it. And watch out for that caterpillar. Overall, this is a great game, and I'm really surprised with the amount of popularity that it has gained since it was first homebrewed for the Atari 2600. Next up, we have a game that has also developed quite a renewed following, and that is Frankenstein's Monster. Now, many of you know this game, I'm sure. In this one, you take on the role of Dr. Frankenstein, and you're trying to set up a barrier to stop the monster from escaping when he is fully made or fully ready to go. The game itself is great, and he has done a magnificent job of capturing the graphics and the overall feel from this Atari 2600 classic. And next up, we have Leprechauns Flight. Now, this game was made in celebration of this year's St. Patrick's Day. In this game, you take on the role of this leprechaun, and you're floating around with a balloon. You're trying to avoid birds, stop a mean goblin, and collect as many shamrocks as you can. It's a really fun game. I really had a lot of fun playing it, and I probably will continue to play it for as long as I can. Okay, and what you're looking at here is Meteors. You all know this game. It doesn't even need an introduction at all. What I really like about his version of it is that you can change all the settings from vector, you can change the colors and the sounds, all kinds of stuff. What you're looking at here is a vector spaceship with a white asteroid. And here you're looking at a modern sound with a white ship and colored asteroids. So check this game out yourself and see what cool combinations you come up with. And next we have Princess Quest. This is a really cool platformer game, and it reminds me so much of that really hard game Ghosts and Goblins. Really cool game, very imaginative, and I'll warn you right now, it's not easy, but boy, it's a lot of fun. And next we have Pumpkin Master. I bet you were sorry you wished the Great Pumpkin would come, aren't you, Linus? Well, in this game, it's a cool kind of space shooter where you're shooting at evil pumpkins that are shooting back at you. Kind of has a Galaga kind of feel to it, or Galaxian. And then, of course, you have to shoot the Pumpkin Master at the very end. A cool game that really has a lot of replayability and takes you back to a simpler time. Now, if any of you have known me for any amount of time, you know that I love the game Zaxxon. As a kid, I really wasn't that good at it, but I still loved it, and still do. And so this is Space Raid from 2014, which is very similar to Zaxxon. Actually, this is a lot better than the Intellivision port that we got. Really a fun game, and just puts you right there in those old arcades when you were a kid, losing all your quarters trying to beat this game. And last but certainly not least, we have Zombie Madness from 2019. This is a fun zombie game, a fun platformer game. Now in this one, you are trying to either rescue your family or eat your family. It's totally up to you. I've never seen anything like this, and this has got to be probably one of the most original games I have seen in recent years. In our next episode, we're going to have an instant classic and a cool music video that I made for The Simpsons Road Rage for PS2. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by giving me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload new episodes. And don't forget to connect with me on all my social media. And also, have yourselves a great Thanksgiving. Until next time, this has been Anthony Gamer. Be strong, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and above all, take care of each other and be kind to each other and stop hate of all kinds. See you guys soon. Bye.